Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebralites. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I'm back with another episode of RealiTEA, and that's TEA because I give it to you scalding hot. So grab your cups, grab your saucers, gather round, and let's all take a sip of this basketball wives tea. Okay, people. So if you watched the latest episode of Basketball Wives, we were introduced to Hurricane Saniy'yah. Saniy'yah, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced. All I know is it's spelled capital T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Okay? This girl has trouble written all over her. Messy. Messy, messy, messy. That's the immediate energy that I get from her. So she sits down at dinner on the latest installment of Basketball Wives. After just breaking poor Kristen's heart, just completely eviscerated this girl. They invited her to dinner. Now, who would do such a thing? If I don't like this girl and you just saw me and her sort of had an exchange, the last thing I want to do is break bread with her. So why they invited her to dinner is beyond me. However, in the world of reality television, we know you need drama, you know you need a nemesis, you need an antagonist, you need a protagonist. So Saniy'yah is the perfect antagonist. The girl pops on the show and she's one of these people who has nothing to lose. And she's trying to make a name for herself, and she's going to get to do that courtesy of Basketball Wives LA. So she sits down at the table and immediately starts, just professing her love and adulation for the quote-unquote top player at the time in the NBA, and how she slept with this player a couple of days before his wedding, and she knew he was married. She knows he has kids. I mean, the woman lacks scruples. She's just without conscience, unconscionable. Okay, so Shawnee looks over and says, I know exactly who. Well, I mean, they show her actually in one of the confessionals, and she's saying, I know exactly who, or I have a very strong inclination, like to the 99th percentile range of who she's speaking about, because Saniy'yah never mentions a name during the course of this dinner. So in the meantime, in between time, the internet is a beast in 2017. So people were scrambling, trying to figure out, read between the lines to decipher exactly who Saniy'yah could have potentially slept with. Now, there are two names that rise to the top of the heap. Name one is King James, LeBron James. And the second name that's being tossed around is Allen Iverson. Now, I don't know. I could see it being either of the two. In terms of relevancy, Allen Iverson really hasn't been relevant in the NBA for quite some time. So I don't necessarily see what the payoff would be for Basketball Wives to put her on the show if she's connected to Allen Iverson. And also, Allen Iverson has this quote-unquote sort of bad boy image. So knowing that he slept with this girl wouldn't really do a lot to tarnish his image in the court of public opinion, because he already has a bad boy image. So to me, believe it or not, LeBron James, through a process of deductive reasoning, makes the most sense. His name carries a lot of weight in the NBA. People are going to watch and tune in because they want to see what his prospective or potential mistress could look like. So the payoff in having LeBron James's mistress on Basketball Wives is much greater than having Allen Iverson's mistress on Basketball Wives. So I'm really inclined to believe that it's more so LeBron James than Allen Iverson. And like I said, that's just through a process of deductive reasoning and hypothesizing, which would be the most likely conclusion. But anyway, aside from being a willing mistress, if you will, she also has, she's been arrested for grand theft. Apparently at one point she was working as a stylist for Meek Mills, Nicki Minaj's ex, and he actually fired her for stealing. So This girl is something else. And you know how sometimes you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. So when you hear the worst about a person, if you're like me, you sort of take it with a grain of salt because you want to judge the person based on their own merit. But when you see the way that she treated Kristen, this is a person that you're automatically inclined to believe the worst about. Now, maybe there's some good underneath there somewhere. I just haven't seen it. To me, she's a vulture. She's the person who's out to sort of steamroll anyone that she possibly can to make a name for herself. And I'm telling you guys, mark my words, Tammy and this girl, if she's on the show for an extended period of time, it's not going to be good. It is not going to be good. They may get along initially just because sometimes when you have that sort of alpha female energy, one of the two will recognize, okay, that we're both alphas. So since we're both alphas, for the sake of cohesion, I'm going to sort of turn my alpha down just a notch. Now, Tammy seems to be trying to mature and grow in a way that I don't think Saniy'yah she's at that place yet. So I would expect for Tammy to sort of be and also being the elder statesperson, also having the most to lose, to sort of take the high road when it comes to her interactions with Saniy'yah. But if Saniy'yah treated Tammy, if the way Saniy'yah treated Kristen is any indication of how she's going to interact with the rest of the girls, she's not going to be on the show for long. And I think that she knows she may not be on the show for long, and that's possibly why she's coming in like a hurricane, because she's trying to tear up as much stuff as she possibly can so that she leaves an indelible impression. And maybe some other producers, maybe bad, that's exactly it. She seems better fit for a Bad Girls Club than Basketball Wives. So anyhow, you guys, just wanted to come and drop that little tidbit of information because I know the blogosphere and the internet is buzzing. Everyone's trying to figure out exactly who Saniy'yah has been with. And so based on the information I have, I've shared it with you guys. So tell a friend. Anyhow, you guys, that's it for this episode of RealiTEA. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I don't know why I say Twitter. What else? Oh, as always in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a fantastic day.